Hey guys, and welcome back to Pokemon Sun. Continuing on our quest to rescue the Pokemon from Team Skull, we have come to the Po Town mansion, where the leader and his fellow grunts have set up shop, and they're not exactly keeping a clean shop. I mean, I don't mean to come into your home and kind of shit-talk your decor, but I could probably do better with some shit and some stencils, you know?
I kind of came in here to shit-talk their decor. Hey, I like how your chairs are not actually on their legs. That's good. That's really well done and totally not fucking shit.
Oh, it's all just part of their rebellious phase. They'll grow out of it. We don't want to sit on chairs. We'll sit on bookcases, I guess.
What the fuck is rebellious about putting a chair on his side? Oh, what you gonna do, big man?
Fuck the police. That's what I'm talking about.
Now I want to see just like a comic where like a police officer Jenny just goes in the mansion. Stop right there, youngsters, and then there's just one grunt and there's a chair on the side. And then he kicks it over on its side and he raises his arms. What then? What are you gonna do?
Fuck life. Ooh, that's too fucking bad.
Not exactly the biggest area to have a wrestling match, but the best part about defending the Hardcore Championship is that it can literally happen anywhere, so you have to be ready for anything.
Why are we back out in the hall? Weren't we in like an antechamber just now?
What, are you just gonna make like one background for each area of the mansion in case you have a battle in there? I think that's a strain on the 3DS resources, my friend.
I suppose. Okay, so they're hoarding the Bugnium Z just so he can be the best bug trainer in the land. I guess the rumours are true that, Guzma started out as a bug catcher. You know, those nerdy guys we fought way back in Viridian Forest.
I remember reading a comment about that. It's like, Guzma just kind of strikes me as the guy who never quite got over the fact that he lost in Viridian Forest all those years ago.
So yeah, we're going to have to collect passwords as we go through the mansion. And, you can have the passwords. There's still one final key that opens the lock to the final encounter of said mansion. So make sure you read everything carefully and double check the fine print.
It's this lady right here. I actually watched her go back and forth, and then I stood over to the side door, and I just watched her walk past me without even registering that I was there. I'm like, really?
Well, she's not paid to use a peripheral vision.
Well, I guess she's got all that fucking hair on the sides of her head. I guess she has tunnel vision,
All I see is pink. Pink!
I gotta say, I kind of wish I caught a Marini because, Marini is kind of an interesting poison-water combination. I actually got a Toxapex through, Wonder Trade, its evolution. And then I saw stuff of it appearing in the Sun and Moon anime, where basically its gimmick is that it poisons James, and as a result, when James has, like, that ratty fucking looking hair and his skin actually turns purple, the Marini is in love, and then there's actually a shot I saw of Marini chasing after James, and Meowth is like, it thinks you're pretty hot. I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things going on with the Sun and Moon anime, because they've gone 100% anime, unlike X and Y. They've opened themselves up to a lot more humor. I actually kind of want to check it out.
I am actually considering it too because, I'm still a little bit on the Sun and Moon hype train after beating the main story, and fuck, I needed something new to watch anyway, so I am actually heavily considering it.
Well, why don't we make that our new, Friday night thing? Just watch the Sun and Moon anime?
We could, yeah. I don't know when it updates, though, and how many episodes it updates per week. I think it's 8-9 episodes in. We'd have to catch up on that.
Nah, it's fine. We've done worse.
True. I mean, we did catch up on Steven Universe, after all.
And JoJo, don't forget.
And JoJo, there you go.
Oh, he's so cute! Sorry, she's so cute. I gotta remember to look at the tail when identifying Pikachus.
Hey man, my Brawler was female, but I kept calling that guy a dude all the way through.
You call everything a dude, to be honest.
Well, these days the term dudes and guys and man, it actually, has been progressed to more of a gender neutral kind of thing. Like, hey, you guys, what? I'm trying to legitimately explain something here.
No, but you say he every time, so you can't use your get out of jail free card here, mate.
Alright, fair enough. I guess I just didn't look in the back closely enough.
There's plenty of rooms here to find goodies and whatnots. And sleeping members, apparently.
Okay, he is using, 2 beds to sleep on. That's pretty rude, I think.
Well, no one else is using this room right now.
Who the hell sleeps on, the reverse in their bed? I don't think I've met anybody who legitimately does that in real life.
If you're tired enough, you can sleep in any position, mate.
That's true, even standing up, which is pretty impressive.
I would have to be leaning against something to do that. But, you know, I've never, at least in recent years, I've never conked out. Like, if I'm at my computer and I'm working, sure, I'll slow to a crawl. But I've never fallen asleep at my computer. I don't know whether it's just the way my brain's wired or just my natural stubbornness that forbids me from going to sleep while there are still things happening on the internet. But, you know, an Entom's gotta do what an Entom's gotta do.
That's true. Many times I have succumbed to the allure of the internet when I really should have been sleeping.
Well, let's go upstairs now. Plenty more to see in this mansion.
Yeah, like a whole second floor. Nuts, ain't it?
Careful, there are still people patrolling.
Yeah, patrolling as much as you can in a mansion like this. Now, this is actually a very nice change of pace. Like, all the other rooms are very messy, but this one's actually very clean and orderly. This is Plumeria's room, I think somebody will mention if you talk to them.
Huh. I never actually picked up on that before, so yeah, that is interesting. And then, another interesting note is that she collects Poké Dolls, and Lapras ain't cheap, let me tell you what.
And also, Sludge Bomb was in her room, as you know, her main, thing is a Salazzle, so that kind of makes sense.
You know, the last time we walked into a room and there were two female trainers in, there was an implied lesbian relationship. I don't know if that's the same thing happening here. You know, I'm not the type of person who just sees two girls having a nice chat and going, oh, they must be gay. But, you know, Game Freak is doing some stuff these days.
Which game was this that had the implied lesbian relationship? That's new.
Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Well, it's been a while since we've done that playthrough, so I clearly don't remember. Hey guys, are you surprised? It's 2 more grunts you have to fight. Nuts, ain't it? I'm just throwing a curveball here.
Alright, come on, let's see what Pokemons you got.
This is really a bad place to have a Pokemon battle, because the beds are, like, scattered all over the room. Like, Rattata's gonna be crawling over the shit. And then you send in your big wrestling man, he's gonna be doing, like, elbow drops on the mattress.
Just applying real-life wrestling moves to Pokemon is funny for some reason.
Just like, they hear all that noise. Get a room! We are in a room! Well, then turn it down!
Later on in Heltigre's move lifespan, you can learn Outrage, which I believe is a Dragon-type move. It's sort of like Thrash, it does like 120 damage for a few turns or something. I would recommend getting rid of Thrash when the time comes. No use having two of the same thing.
Outrage caught my ass by surprise near the end of the game. I'll have to talk more about that when we get there, obviously.
Alright, round 2, I guess.
So, what's the other lady gonna do? You just gonna go on your tablet? Hold on, let me just update something really fast.
Yep, it's me. I have one Pokemon too.
We are sisters, I think. I'm not quite sure yet.
I guess she's the stronger one since she's using a Fatcade.
I can kind of see, actually. Like, you know how, with all the Pokemon games, all the grunts tend to look the same and things like that. You know, like uniforms, things like that. I could totally see Team Skull being a thing where all the girls have to dress this way, and all the guys have to dress this way and have their hair colored the same way. This really seems like something Guzma would totally do. I don't know.
I think it makes more sense here than in, like, the other games, because these guys have to be a uniform gang. You know, they all have to, represent and wear their colours. Guzma, he's allowed to be all, like, flash with the bling and whatnot. These guys have to make do.
And then Plumeria is just, I still don't entirely know her deal. I still need to learn a few more things about Team Skull now that I've cleared the main game.
Yeah, sure. It was the clothes, I tell you, the clothes!
Yeah, it's not my fault she's fat. That's what made me lost Pokemon battles.
Alright, I'm out of here before a cat fight ensues. See ya.
That was a very odd room to walk into. Oh, hey, what are you doing there, buddy?
I guess. There's another password thingy there, but we got a battle to get it.
Yeah, it's too bad you couldn't just inch around the chair. You are fat, after all. I don't know.
This still hasn't gotten old. I love the Team Skull battle theme.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's really warmed up to me after a while. Like, I actually will listen to it while I'm doing some other stuff. It's very catchy.
Ooh.
By the way, have you seen the picture of that Lurantis kind of bopping about with Robbie Rotten? Because they kind of have the same color scheme going on?
Let's see. Lurantis, Robbie Rotten. Taking your word for it. Minty Fresh, why does Lurantis have Robbie Rotten pants? And retweeted, or reblogged, I should say, because it's a Tumblr post.
There you go. See, I told you that was the thing.
That's amazing. Why did I never catch that before? Oh, it's a Wii U. It's caked in dust. It's no different to the one in your room.
I would have thought that if they had any kind of video game console, it'd be like an SNES that they found.
Well, yeah, they always rep the most recent sort of console, you know?
Well, yeah, but Team Skull doesn't really have any fucking money. You imagine they would get a lot of hand-me-down shit. Anyway, not that that's bad, because having an SNES is still a good idea.
You remember the story of Po Town, right? They drove all the inhabitants out. This isn't Team Skull's house. It's someone else's house. They're squatting in it right now.
That's true. Apparently you do need a lot of money and time to own a Wii U and try to keep up with it, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Now this guy's clearly getting ideas from Guzma, you know, because he wants to be the top dog. I guess that's why he got a win pod as well.
Hang on, that thing's level 34. It should have evolved by now.
Well, you know how it is sometimes. You get, like, situations where you find a level 34 win pod. You can encounter level 5 Salamances early on in the game. I don't know.
Alright, what else you got? Ooh, a Drowsy. Haven't seen one of those before.
Oh, I wonder if this one's gonna use psychic moves.
It doesn't matter if you're aware, you're gonna get lariated all the same.
Warning, I'm not gonna be as impressive as the other ones.
I was gonna use Lariat, but since he was, like, waiting for that, I thought I'd fulfill his destiny.
The other thing about Thrash is that if you use it too much, it will actually confuse you, so you have to watch out for that.
Well, if you use it, it will confuse you. You'll attack for 2 turns in a row and then gain the confused status. Now, you've got the passwords, you've got to put them into action properly, so pay close attention. Yes. That was just the first test. Now comes the hard part.
Oh yeah, good.
Of course he likes beat up. He never shuts up about beating people up.
Yeah, he is pretty predictable sometimes in that regard.
You could make an argument for it being Wimpod as well, but Galisapod's clearly his boy.
I like beer.
Just to review, beat up, Galisapod, and Tapu Koko.
But here's the trick. When he asks you if you're sure about it, you say no.
Just like a Team Skull grunt would.
That's what threw me off. Like, I was like, wait, why didn't he let me pass? I got all the passwords. And then I went back and I looked at it and said, a Team Skull guy has to say no. Even though it makes no sense whatsoever. That's just what they do. Whatever.
Well, you know, Team Skull members are obstinate, stubborn jackasses, so you gotta act like one of them if you want to prove you're one of them.
I like Brodom's, chip in there. Oh, you really aced that crazy quiz. Dude, it was like 3 questions, and they wrote the answers, and they left it everywhere. I'm pretty sure I'm fine.
How come you didn't see us walk into the mansion?
Romantic spot? You know where you are, honey? I mean, this is not exactly, my ideal choice of a romantic spot, especially if you're meeting with a guy who's made of salt, which tends to be a problem.
Yeah, you should really get that looked into. You need to find an alchemist to turn your body from salt to flesh one of these days.
Yeah, one of these days, but I'll get around to it eventually.
Although, in hindsight, it does make all your mispronunciations that much more understandable, since you're trying to manipulate literal salt to form words.
Now, we are at an advantage because we jumped down to the main street in order to have this Pokemon battle, and her ankles must be hurting like hell, which will distract her during the fight.
Ah, of course. Damn, that's powerful.
You ever just beat the shit out of a bat? Why the fuck are you a flying rat?
I wasn't planning on escaping, actually. I was planning to continue to use Thrash.
That's probably the closest thing we have to a normal Aura. There are a lot of Auras in this game. I'm trying to think of, the best one. I know, obviously, the Fighting Z move is our Aura of the Super variety,
Ooh, close combat. It just came to me.
Oh, that's true. It really sucks that Embor can't use close combat, because I think that'd be perfect for him.
Is that correct? Can it not use that move?
I don't believe he can. I'm going to double check, but I seem to recall that that's how it was.
Well, knowing you, double check is probably best here.
Where the hell is my Bulbapedia? How did I get rid of that? Hold on. Close combat.
Control F, close combat. Nope, doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, I told you, man. I warned ya. I warned ya.
Okay, these guys aren't going to stop us from meeting the main man, so I'm just going to walk in like I own the place.
Well, they technically don't own the place either.
True, true.
Hey man, don't get me art supplies for Christmas because I will misuse them badly.
He doesn't say he's your boy anymore. I guess he's holding a grudge.
Is that fucking liquor on the walls over there?
Of course it is. No, it's fucking like grape juice or whatever.
It probably is with the translation. I'm here for the Pokemon, bitch.
Really? We came all this way for a Yungoos? There wasn't even like a Charmander or anything here? Being a hero sucks sometimes. Oh, look at all those Z crystals!
Damn, where did he get all those from? Did they like mass produce them?
From all over Alola, I guess. They're crystals, they probably naturally form, you know.
Guzma, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to fuck your shit now, if you don't mind. Just giving you a little heads up.
Man, Doc Brown is so happy. Alternative joke. Morty is so happy. Wait, no, that's Rick I'm thinking of. I always get those two fuckers confused.
You blew it! You blew it!
Joke ruined, cancel playthrough, fuck HellfireComms.
Spoiler alert, this won't be that bad. No,
No.
it's the fight after this with him that's a little bit more troubling.
Yeah, fair play to him. Unlike Giovanni, which I can honestly say, even his gym battle wasn't that tricky. Guzma generally gets stronger and stronger.
This is easily one of the more difficult Pokemon games that, you know, just in general, especially that I've played through, considering my very spotty Pokemon history. It legitimately challenged me at some points. Other than that, the battle is not too much different. This time I went in expecting Golisopod, so I was more able to easily deal with him. I believe Konami killed it, if I recall correctly. I don't know. It's pretty much plays out the same as before, just a little bit higher level.
Okay, he's preparing to attack us very, very strongly, but I'm not going to allow him to do that. Go Fresh. Go ahead, activate Bites the Dust!
Yatazo! Hashozazo!
Nice. Ariados, you're within my line of sight. Door, etc.
Just like grab Ariados and flip him upside down, just bash him on his head multiple times. That's like a really kind of wimpy level 1 sort of pile driver.
As we discussed in previous parts, Fell Stinger, only really useful as a killing move to get a quick buff for your Pokemon. Otherwise, I'd stick to using other bug type moves as your main source of attacking. Are you angry, THD?
Well, I'm pretty angry after some of the shit I've had to put up with today, yeah.
Oh yes, channel that to your bird counterpart and let him do the business. Stop doing Sucker Punch!
I gotta get a new Dark Attack for my Decidueye, because he has Sucker Punch, but sometimes that will fail if the other Pokemon isn't attacking first. I just haven't really found anything I can replace it with yet, you know?
Fair enough, man. Okay, I think it's time we took on Golisopod with our own Pikachu. Sorry, I should really pay attention to how these parts play out.
I was expecting you to pull out Golisopod, but nope, I'm just gonna go with Type Advantage and play it safe and not cool at all.
I think it's kind of intimidating when you take it off a Pikachu.
He's like, oh, what's a Pikachu gonna fucking do? Ah, that's what's gonna happen to it.
Oh, what's a Pikachu to a non-believer?
Oh, there you go. Wemplo, do it! Yes!
You're not the only one with a priority move, motherfucker!
Now I want to see who gets the first priority. Well, no, he can't because he already did first impression.
Mm-hmm. Pump up a piece! I can't really claim victory over, who has the best Golisopod, because I kind of bitched him at the end there, you know?
That's true. I wanted to see both of them go up at the same time against each other and see who got off their first impression first.
Another successful win against Team Skull. Oh, it's just becoming part of my daily schedule at this point.
Oh, I'm sorry, I rolled in a cotton field during that fight. You know, they're just so fluffy. I can't help it.
It's fine, Mr. Hell Tigre. It's all part of your contract.
Oh, it's on my hands. Ew, I can't get it out of my fur. That's probably a legitimate problem he might have, though.
Yeah, thank you, trainer. Pets for the kitty! He deserves pets as well. He did a good job.
Yeah, he did exactly one thing to take out the other Galishapod when it barely had any life left. Good job, dude.
Here you go, Wimplo. Eat up.
I just noticed, like, his arms have actually retracted back into his body, and when in battle, they actually come out. Huh, I didn't know that.
Refresh has, like, slightly different models, I believe. There's even walking models that have been found in the code. Maybe they'll have Pokemon walking behind you in stars, or maybe it was just an abandoned concept. Who knows?
It's possible.
Yay! Young Goose, I'm so happy to see you.
Yeah. You know, by now, that kid's probably already caught another one, I'll be honest.
So common. So fucking common.
Man, I still ain't getting a job. Go to hell.
Isle of Bomb, Guzma.
Now, I don't know if you're going to do this in a minute. I want to see if you actually do this related to Guzma's chair over there.
Well, first and foremost, I want some swag.
Oh, yeah. You know, might as well get 5 of them and sell them.
And, yeah, we can't leave without first attaching said thingamabob to, I guess we'll put it on, friggin' Wimplo over there, since he's the only one who has bug-type moves for the most part.
Yeah, I'm fixing to say, I'm like, where are we gonna put this on? Maybe the only guy who has a fucking bug-type move?
And, yeah, one last thing before we leave the mansion. It had to be done. You all knew it was coming. I crown myself the king of Team Skull!
I thought this was pretty funny, actually. I just randomly came up here, and then this guy comes in and he's looking for the boss.
Wait a minute. This shit is hella whack.
You look on his laptop, he's actually browsing 4chan.
Yeah, that would be Guzma, alright. Aw, poor guy.
I ain't taking this shit.
So disillusioned, and then a kid just takes the place of his boss. Oh well, that's his problem, I guess. See you all next time.